Alright, folks, there's nothing like having a circular saw without a rafter hook. Alright, you just need it. And I've had it. Alright, so this is a Ryobi circular saw that many of you know. Now, they do have a new HP out, but this is a 7 1/4, brand new. I just got this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. So, unlike a recip saw that you can kind of just throw kind of on the ground, place on the ground, a circular saw, especially, a Ryobi where you got plastic, blade guard, all right? You kind of throw this on the ground, it can kind of crack, right? So I'm a big advocate of rafter hooks, if you've been following me, and especially on circular saws. Unfortunately, not really a good place to put one on this saw here. I was thinking over here, but kind of still gets in the way of the handle. All right, now this is a Milwaukee rafter hook here. Let me put this down a little bit more. All right, so, to put it down here, really not a good place, okay? And really not enough room. All right, so we're going to put her in the back. We're going to stick her in the back. All right? So we got the cat meowing over here. But in the back, we do got some room, as you can see. Okay, now the battery shouldn't get in the way of. Okay. Let me zoom this out. Okay. I'll try to get some light in here, man. It's bad. All right. But you can kind of lift it up like this. All right. And you can kind of hang it like so. All right. And then when it's in its down position, okay, it'll kind of, let me lock this. That's what I'm doing. Videos with no cameraman. I need a cameraman. All right, so nice, as you can see. And then when you put it down, all right, it'll kind of be like so, but the battery will be right here, so it'll kind of protect the battery a little bit too. All right, so if it does fall, this is actually protecting the backside of the battery. All right, but you're not going to have the perfect, spot on a lot of circular saws. All right, so what we're going to do is mark our spots, put a couple holes in here, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second. All right, so like we decided, this is the spot we picked. I think it's the best spot, and it actually turned out to be the absolute best spot. So if you have the Ryobi circular saw and you want to put one of these rafter hooks on them. Now remember, this is a Milwaukee rafter hook. As you can see, I'm drilling 2 holes into the plastic back end of the circular saw. Now, unfortunately, I do have to go 1 drill bit size bigger. I underestimated the size of the screw, so I had to go 1 drill bit size bigger. But as you remember, the Makita Subcompact, okay, did not come with a rafter hook, and I was very upset, and I had to buy one. And for something that's really just a piece of metal with 2 screws connected to it, They're not that cheap. I don't know if Milwaukee sells these separately or not. Obviously, Makita does for their subcompact. And that one is a little bit smaller, so that one might work. But I don't know if that one bends both ways. But anyway, as you can see, I got to go one size bigger here. So I'm making the holes a little bit bigger for her. All right. And you don't have to worry about there's no motor or anything, just plastic you're drilling through right there. Doing this during a UFC main event 258 that's going on in my little office or spare bedroom. All right, so I'm going to get the first screw in, and obviously the camera is not the best here. I apologize for that, unfortunately. But we'll get this screw in here. And then actually for the second hole, I just rip the multi-bit screwdriver, the actual Torx bit, and I put it right in my my Milwaukee hammer drill, and it takes a second. But I'm screwing this in nice and tight. And as you can see, the way that the hook is facing or was facing, that will protect the battery. And if it falls on the back end there, all right, a little extra protection for the battery. All right. You know, more protection the better. All right. But if you don't like it there, what's great about these Milwaukee Rafter hooks anyway is that they bend both ways. All right, so here's me just screwing in that second hole with the actual bit from my multi-bit screwdriver. So there she is, complete, locked and loaded. All right, so bend it that way, and that's probably the way it's going to be 80%, if not 85% of the time, probably. All right, unless obviously I'm using it, and then it's going to be facing, straight out. But again, if you do want it to face that battery, you can do that. The lighting's pretty bad here, and I'm doing a voiceover because the UFC's on, and like so. So here I am now. I'm going to insert a 9 amp hour battery just to show you that you can put the hook either way. All right, left or right. And like I said, that way kind of protects it if it were to fall. A little extra protection for your very expensive Ryobi 9 amp hour battery. All right. So I'm going to show you, hopefully with some better light here in a second. You're going to see, but hopefully this is a little bit better angle. But as you can see, fits like a glove. All right. And with the 9, it's a very heavy saw once you put that 9 on there. But obviously not a big deal for this rafter hook. This is off of a old recip saw, so not a big deal for the Ryobi. All right, so that's really it. Gonna show you it with some better lighting and actually it hanging here in a minute. Hopefully coming up soon here. Sorry, but there it is, protecting the battery again. All right, and you could do this with any circular saw too, guys. Don't just have to be the Ryobi. And actually, you might be able to put it in a different spot. But with this saw, it worked out perfectly to put it in the back. But you might not be able to do that with other saws. So you might have to put it in a more traditional spot. But I finally got the light to work. Totally up to you. All right, but like I said, all right. Now you got a nice rafter hook for your circular saw. All right. Again, great to put this either way. Man, that's really bright. All right. Probably the best way, because now you can tell. Not in the way of anything. Can't beat it.